Have you ever met someone who died without their heartbeat ever stopping? Someone who walked out of their own life as if it were a burning house and came back a completely different person. This is the story of a woman who didn't just survive life, she lived it twice. Her name was Mara. To everyone in her town, she looked like the kind of woman who had everything under control. She smiled politely, woke up early, went to work, came home, slept, and repeated the cycle. People called her disciplined. They didn't know the truth. Mara wasn't living. She was simply enduring. Every single day, she carried invisible weights, expectations, disappointments, responsibilities all stacked on her shoulders like bricks. She didn't complain. She didn't break down. She just moved through life like a ghost wearing human skin. Until one Friday evening, it was raining. The kind of heavy, relentless rain that makes the world look like it's dissolving. Mara was driving home from work when her car hydroplaned. For a terrifying moment, the world flipped upside down. Metal screamed. Glass shattered. Her car spun off the road and crashed into a ditch. And then, silence. Cold water began to fill the car. Mara tried to move, but her body didn't respond. She could hear her own heartbeat slowing down. And then, nothing. She later described it not as dying, but as unplugging. The darkness wasn't frightening at all. It was peaceful. It felt like sinking into warm, silent water after a lifetime of noise. And then, something strange happened. In that silent darkness, she heard a voice. It wasn't a divine voice. It wasn't an angel. It was her own voice, a version of herself that had been quiet for years. The voice said, "If this is the end, were you ever truly alive?" That question sliced through her like lightning. She saw memories not of moments she cherished, but of all the moments she avoided, the dreams she had abandoned, the people she let walk all over her, the opportunities she convinced herself she wasn't good enough for. It was like watching the highlight reel of a life half-lived. And then a second question came. If you opened your eyes again, what would you change? Suddenly, Mara felt something ignite deep inside her. A spark. A fire. She fought hard. She clawed her way back into her body. She gasped. And her eyes shot open. Rescuers were pulling her from the wreck. Rain hit her face like baptism. Water. When the paramedic asked for her name, she whispered, "I don't know who I was, but I know who I'm going to be." From that day forward, Mara lived like someone who had been given a second timeline. She quit the job she hated. She distanced herself from people who drained her energy. She traveled, she learned new things, she created art, she forgave herself and others. She learned to say no without feeling guilty, and she started saying yes without being afraid. She stopped surviving her life and started shaping it. People in her town said she changed overnight, but the truth was, she had finally returned to the person she was always supposed to be. And here's the part that still gives people chills. Every year, on the anniversary of the crash, she would sit quietly and whisper to herself, "Thank you for the chance to live twice." Because sometimes, life ends long before you're buried. And sometimes, if you're lucky, it restarts before you're truly gone. The real death is when you stop choosing your life. The real rebirth is when you start. If this story touched your heart, don't just scroll away. Drop one lesson you've learned from this video in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more interesting content. Thanks for watching.